So I'm going to just go over the agenda here. We have remarks from BRYAN Backey with Blaylock and Partners, and then we have Chris HOGAN from HOGAN Construction. Afterwards, our Spanish Fort Community Network Director, BRYAN Perry, and then our City Manager, SETH PERRINS. After that, I will wrap up and we will be on our way. Okay, you ready?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's an exciting day. It's been a long time coming. I had to look back at our records on when we started this project, when our first meeting was, and it was actually December of 2020. So that's almost 2 years ago. Not to say that we're slow, but more so there's just been a lot of hard work and effort that's been put in on a lot of people's behalf. So I think some thank yous and recognition are in order. And I'm definitely going to forget some names here, but I'll try to do my best. So the team, the steering committee has really been a fantastic group. I'd like to thank Bryan Perry, Brady, the entire SFCN group, the city staff, Seth, Tyler, Jared, Byron, Travis, Cody, the mayor, the city council, STACY BECK, who the building might be named after, maybe not. The HOGAN team, Chris HOGAN, Rick, Scott, Sam, Haley, the entire crew there. From our office, Jonathan Greer has been instrumental on every step of this project. So at the start of the project, BRYAN and SFCN had a few clear objectives. BRYAN wanted the building to be techy and cool, as he described it. He wanted it to represent his brand. He wanted it to have room for growth for his staff and for storage. Currently, their storage needs are kind of overfilling the brim right now. So, and capitalize on kind of the beautiful mountain view backdrop we have here. So really the design for the building kind of is a direct response to all those requests. So yeah, we're incredibly excited for this next step and to pass the baton off to the HOGAN team. So thank you.
Welcome. This is going to be about a half-hour speech. Not really. We're just excited to get going. As Bryan said, and in fact Tyler and I, as we were walking over, mentioned that most of the public will see the start and think that's the start and not realize it's been going on for years already. So we're glad to be to this point with the economy the way it is, you know, supply chain issues we keep talking about. Hopefully those are mellowing a little bit, but we're excited to get to this point. It's a lot of hard work to get here, and we're honored to be here. We pride ourselves as a community builder, and this fits squarely within that box as a community facility, community resource that really enhances the lives of the people here. So we're grateful to be part of that. Thanks to the mayor and the city council and everybody that Bryan mentioned. The other thing, just want to say, you know, you guys all know we have a manpower shortage. And so I brought my HR guy. We have applications. If any of you want to fill out to come work on the project, we'll take you. Thank you. We're glad to be here.
Well, thanks for being here. This is really a fun event, a fun milestone in this project. It's been a long time coming. We've had a lot of help from a lot of great people. Bryan mentioned, we couldn't have done it without you. It's been really interesting to see the growth of SFCN from 2000 or before, when it was a design on a drawing board, to where we are today and just overflowing in our current building that it's just time. It's been time for several years to expand and continue to grow. As the city grows and SFCN grows, it's just amazing the amount of support that we have in the community and the amount of support that we have from our customers, from city administration, and the input, the insight and suggestions and comments that Stacy had through the whole design process. If there's a plaque on that building that says the BECK building, you'll know why. So again, thanks to everybody that's been involved in this. We appreciate it.
What I had to say to Stacy really couldn't be on the record, so I needed to go over there. Well, I'm excited to share a few thoughts today, and I want to just go back 20 years. And the Spanish Fork Community Network, or SFCN, as we all know, it was born really out of necessity, and with a lot of creativity and ingenuity and even bravery. At the turn of the century, Spanish Fork had all of the community pride that we've come to know about Spanish Fork today, but we really had no progress in terms of internet capacity and capabilities. And so as the years marched on, Brian mentioned 1999, we turned the century, 2000 and 2001. Spanish Fork residents actually found themselves going backward in time, and not with the help of a flux capacitor or a DeLorean. We were kind of going backward in time because of how our internet was not functioning and how much slower the internet kept getting, which is saying something, because back in those days, I think we were still running on 56K modems, right? And so to say that they were getting slower is kind of humorous to the techies that will be in this building. But that was the landscape of the time where SFCN was created and born. So what we're celebrating here today is the result of a 20-year journey, identifying the problems, rolling up our sleeves, and right-sizing the solutions. Our residents came together with a lot of our community leaders, and I think we need to mention some of those, like Mayor Dale Barney, and several council members at that time that were brave enough to say, hey, let's dream that we can do something different. They coupled their leadership with the leadership of great employees like Dave Euler, John Bocut, Junior Baker, Kent Clark, and many others, and dreamed up, we can put together a community network that will be second to none. And probably one of the most important things that I think we accomplish here, and it doesn't get talked about as much anymore, but as a budget guy and somebody that looks at numbers, every year, we save our residents millions of dollars with what we have here, because their internet, television, and other prices are less, and their service is second to none. And that's really kind of been the hallmark of this, and I'll mention that in a second. During this 20-year journey, SFCN has quietly grown from a hybrid fiber coax system to a state-of-the-art active Ethernet network. We started with 2 employees, John Bocut, and then a mix of others. I don't know exactly who the second one was. We could draw straws, but Randy, Russell, names that we all love, right? We started with 2, grew to 4, thought we were amazing because we doubled. Then we grew to 10, and now we have over 40. They started in one half of this brick building over our shoulders here, and then they grew into the other half thinking we'll never need more space. And now, as Brian and Bryan, both of them mentioned, they are stacked on top of each other in every corner of that building. A moment ago I mentioned that SFCN's, I talked about the customer service. Nowhere in this industry is customer service like at SFCN. It's the hallmark of what we do. We'll roll a truck out to your home and help you with any problem. We'll help with your telephone, your internet, or cable, even if we know the problem is yours. That's just the unique thing about Spanish Fork Community Network. And you won't get that kind of service anywhere. This new building will provide the space that we need to better administer this amazing network, train our employees, house our equipment, and respond to customer needs. This new building will stand as a pillar here on Center Street and will ensure that the progress of Spanish Fork never retreats again, and that our community connected to the world by this network is never treated again like a second-class community. So congratulations to the city and to SFCN.
I think I missed a meeting once, and that's when they named the building after me. I don't know what they're going to do. I've never seen anything that says the BECK building, so I'll be anxious to see where that is. Back in the spring, in March, I was able to go to Washington, D.C., and in one of our meetings, President Biden was actually there speaking to us. It was the National League of Cities and Towns, and he talked about getting fiber to every home in our nation. And I think that was the first time it really dawned on me that every community in our state and nation does not have the privilege of having fiber to the home where they can get internet. They talked about moms driving kids to McDonald's parking lots to do their homework. And that was another reminder to me how amazing Spanish Fork City is. So I want to thank Blaylock and Hogan and all of the city employees that were in all of those meetings, boots to the ground, to get us where we are today. Let's see. I'm super excited. We would love to say in 5 years there'll be an exit right here. That could be 5, 10, 15. We don't know. But when there is, so many people will be getting off this Center Street exit, and this big, beautiful building will be here welcoming them to Spanish Fork. And I think it's a great reflection of Spanish Fork City's pride and progress. So thank you for being here. We are going to invite everyone up here to come and do the first groundbreaking. After we're done, then we would like to invite all of the Spanish Fork Community Network employees to come up. And then after that, everyone else who would like to come up and have a picture, that would be fun. And then we want to also thank Hogan for providing refreshments just right over there. Make sure you grab something. And thanks for coming out today. We're excited, and we'll see you back here in about a year, right? A little over a year for the ribbon cutting. So come on up here. Do we want hats on?
Yeah, we all have to look the same, right?
Again.
I gotta be a part of